The number one cause for crime in our society is poverty. Did you know poverty is designed to be in the system that we're currently using? If you want to learn more about it, there's a lot of information out there about how money is made, how interest and inflation affect the money that's out there being used. There's information about cryptocurrency, how that's being used. If we looked out for each other and cared about each other, I'll tell you what, if you cared about your neighbor on your block and that just went around, this world would be so much different. But how can you blame somebody when you need to focus on self-preservation and the kind of society we're faced to deal with? And with self-preservation comes some drastic measures sometimes when you're facing poverty, or you don't have food, or when you have a family to feed and you don't know how. And the whole criminal justice system, it's set up to create failure, set up to create basically a cheap labor force. You want to get into that, you can go educate yourself and learn about the conditions of these prisons, how they're not working towards reform anymore. They just focus on punishment, which is violence. And you cannot, who said it? Was it Martin Luther King Jr. or the King himself? Said light can only eliminate the darkness. You cannot get rid of darkness with more darkness. So what are we doing here? We got this system in place. It's using violence and fear to intimidate people, to prevent them from doing things. Do you think there are other ways to go about getting people not to do stuff? Or do you think it's going to always be, well, my daddy whipped my ass with a belt, so I respect him? You know what? I don't agree with that whatsoever. And there's many ways you can go about raising somebody or changing the environment you're in without using violence. There's ways to educate people, to get them to think other ways. What do you think propaganda is? What do you think the news constantly pumps out fear for? Why do you think they're trying to censor people who speak out against them? There's a lot going on, but hey, you don't want to get involved because you don't think this affects you or your future. If you're atheistic, or if your religion has different beliefs than this other guy's religion, and you can't come to a common agreement, I'll tell you what, it's going to be a rude awakening, that's for sure. This world, maybe it is the beginning of the end, who knows. Sure might be if people don't come together, start working together for the greater good.